Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tiny English. We are so happy that you've chosen to spend some of your valuable time with us today. I'm May.
Hi guys, I'm Gray. It's wonderful to see you all. Today, we're going to talk about something that is the secret fuel for any long journey, especially the journey of learning English. We're talking about motivation.
That's right. Have you ever started learning something new, like playing the guitar or learning a new language, with a lot of excitement, but then after a few weeks, that excitement starts to fade?
It happens to the best of us. So, in today's Chill Learning episode, we're going to have a very honest and supportive chat about how to keep that fire of motivation burning, even on days when you feel tired or frustrated.
Our goal is to share some simple, practical strategies to help you stay on track with your learning goals. And of course, we'll teach you some useful English words and phrases along the way.
Before we dive into our main conversation, let's quickly preview a few key words that will be important for our discussion. Knowing these will help you follow along easily.
First, we have the word goal. A goal is something that you want to achieve. Having clear goals is a great way to stay motivated.
Next is the phrase, to burn out. If you burn out, you become extremely tired or sick by working too hard over a period of time. We want to avoid that.
Then we have the word progress. Progress is the process of improving or getting closer to your goal. Tracking your progress is a great motivator.
Another great phrase is to stick with it. This means to continue doing something difficult. It's another way of saying, don't give up.
And finally, the adjective bite-sized. Bite-sized means very small or in small pieces. We're going to talk about bite-sized learning.
Let's do a quick recap. Goal, burnout, progress, stick with it, and bite-sized. All set? Fantastic!
All right, let's get comfortable and talk about how we can stay excited about our learning journey.
Okay, May, let's start at the very beginning of any learning journey. I think one of the biggest reasons people lose motivation is because they don't have a strong reason for starting in the first place. What do you think?
I couldn't agree more. Your why is your foundation. It's the reason you started, and it's what you need to remember on difficult days. For learning English, a weak why might be because it seems like a good idea.
Right, that's not very powerful. What would a strong why be?
A strong why is personal and emotional. It could be, I want to learn English so I can talk to my grandchild who lives in Australia. Or, I want to get a promotion at work, and English is required. Or, I want to travel the world and connect with people from different cultures.
That makes so much sense. When you have a clear and meaningful goal, it's much easier to stick with it when things get tough. Your why becomes your superpower.
Exactly. But even with a strong why, people can lose motivation if they make another common mistake. They try to do too much too soon.
Ah, the classic case of being too ambitious at the start. Like deciding, I'm going to study English for 3 hours every single day.
Yes, that enthusiasm is wonderful, but it's often not sustainable. You might do it for a week, but then you'll feel completely exhausted. You'll burn out. And when you burn out, you stop completely.
So, what's the alternative? How do we avoid that boom and bust cycle?
The secret is bite-sized learning. It's much better to study for just 15 or 20 minutes consistently every day than it is to have one massive study session on the weekend.
It's like exercise, right? A short walk every day is better for your health than running a marathon once a year.
That is the perfect analogy. The goal is to build a habit that is so easy you can't say no. A bite-sized goal could be learn 3 new words today, or listen to 1 English song. It's small, achievable, and it helps you build momentum.
I love the idea of building momentum. It feels like every small step makes the next one easier. But let's be honest, even with bite-sized tasks, sometimes studying can feel a bit boring. How do we keep it interesting?
That is such an important point. If learning feels like a chore, you won't want to do it. The key is to mix things up and make it fun. You don't have to just study from a textbook.
What are some of your favorite fun ways to learn?
I love using English to do things I already enjoy. For example, if you love cooking, you can watch a cooking show in English or try to follow a recipe written in English. If you love video games, you can switch the game's language to English.
That's a brilliant way to learn. You're combining your hobbies with your learning goal, so it doesn't even feel like studying. You're just having fun, and the learning happens naturally.
Precisely. You can listen to English music, watch movies with subtitles, or read a blog about a topic you're passionate about. When your learning is connected to your interests, your motivation will stay much higher.
That's a great tip. Another thing that really helps me is to see my progress. Sometimes I feel like I'm not improving, and that can be very demotivating.
Yes, the dreaded feeling of being stuck. How do you track your progress?
One simple thing I do is I keep a success journal. Every time I have a small win in English, I write it down. For example, today I understood a joke in a movie, or today I had a short 2-minute conversation with a tourist.
A success journal, I love that. So on days when you feel like you're not making any progress, you can read your journal and see how far you've actually come.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder that you are improving, even if it feels slow sometimes. Another great way to see your progress is to record yourself speaking. Record yourself today and then again in 3 months. When you listen back, you will be amazed at the difference.
These are such wonderful positive strategies. It's all about focusing on what you can do, not what you can't yet.
I agree. But even with all these strategies, there are still days when my motivation is just zero. What do you do on those days?
On those days, I think it's important to have 2 things, a community and permission to rest.
A community? What do you mean?
Learning a language can sometimes feel like a lonely journey. It helps so much to connect with other people who are on the same path. You can find a language exchange partner, join an online forum, or even just tell a friend about your learning goal.
So you have someone to share your struggles and your successes with.
Yes, this creates accountability. If you know you have a chat scheduled with your language partner on Wednesday, you're more likely to stick with it. They can encourage you when you feel like giving up, and you can do the same for them.
That's a really powerful motivator, having a learning buddy. What about the second thing you mentioned, permission to rest?
This is so important. Sometimes the reason we have no motivation is simply because we are tired. We are trying to push too hard, and we are starting to burn out.
So on those days, it's okay to take a break?
It's more than okay. It's essential. A rest day is not a quit day. You can decide to take a day or 2 off from active studying. On your rest day, you can still do something light and fun, like watching an English movie without worrying about understanding every word. Just let yourself relax and recharge.
I love that. So motivation isn't about being a perfect, disciplined robot. It's about being a human. It's about having a strong why, breaking things down into bite-sized pieces, making it fun, celebrating your progress, leaning on a community, and knowing when to rest.
You've summarized it perfectly. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and we need to create a system that helps us enjoy the entire journey.
That was such an uplifting conversation. I feel ready to tackle my learning goals again. We hope you're feeling motivated too. Now it's time to practice some of the key language we used.
It's time for our listen and repeat activity. I'll say a sentence from our chat, and you repeat it out loud. This is a great bite-sized practice for you right now. Ready?
Here's the first one. A great question to ask yourself. What is my main goal for learning?
Here is the next sentence. This is about being consistent. It's important to stick with it. Here is a phrase about avoiding exhaustion. I don't want to burn out. Here's a phrase about seeing your progress. I like to track my progress. And one final sentence about making learning manageable. I prefer bite-sized learning tasks. Fantastic job, everyone! You are making wonderful progress. Now for our interactive prompt. One of the most powerful motivators is having a clear why. We want you to think about your own personal reason for learning English. So our question for you is, why are you learning English?
Is it for your career? For travel? To make new friends? To understand your favorite songs and movies? There is no small reason. Every reason is valid and powerful.
Try to complete this sentence. I am learning English because I want to, for example, because I want to watch Friends without subtitles, or because I want to get a better job. Take a moment to think about your own unique goal.
And that's a wrap for today's chat about motivation. We hope you're leaving this conversation feeling energized and ready to continue your learning journey.
We talked about the importance of having a strong goal, the power of bite-sized learning, making learning fun, celebrating your progress, finding a community, and giving yourself permission to rest. You have so many tools to help you stick with it.
We hope you enjoyed this chill learning episode. If it helped you feel more motivated, we would be so grateful if you would give this video a like. It really helps our channel and lets us know what topics are important to you.
And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to Tiny English and click that notification bell so you can join us for our next supportive conversation.
Now for our question of the day. It's a celebration of your hard work. What is one small piece of progress you have made in your English learning recently?
Did you learn a new word? Did you understand one extra line in a song? Did you have the courage to say hello in English? No win is too small to celebrate. Share your small win in the comments below. Let's create a huge list of positive achievements to motivate everyone.
Thank you so much for your time and your dedication.
Until next time, stay curious, stay motivated, and be kind to yourself. Bye!